Today I will explore Lydian Sharp 2. It's the 6th mode of the Harmonic Minor Scale. I've been doing a series on modes and scales, and how this one came about is a bit interesting. Usually I choose a mode that I'm sort of attracted to or interested in by exploring like how they sound, but this one came from a dream. In the dream, I was at a concert by a band, probably Radiohead, but it's sort of in the script, and they were playing a song, essentially like a riff over and over, and I found it pretty good. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, that's not a Radiohead song or a song by anyone actually, so it's my song. So I dragged myself out of bed at 4 a.m. and you never want to drag yourself out of bed for a song that was in your dream like that. Your brain always tries to convince you, oh, it's a crap song, it's not worth it, just go back to bed. You'll remember it tomorrow, and you won't if you don't. Get up and record a voice note with the song itself. So I dragged myself to the piano and I pieced it together, I record it and forget about it, go back to bed. In the morning, I re-listened to the voice note and I'm like, hey, that's interesting. I think that's in Lydian Sharp 2. So I didn't resist. I said to myself, let's go with the flow. That's going to be the next mode I explore. That's going to be the next video. So starting from the major scale, we'll be in F today. You get Lydian Sharp 2 by first sharping the 4. That gets us F Lydian. And then, well, you guessed it, you sharp the 2, which gives us Lydian Sharp 2. So you get an augmented second right out of the gate with this scale. So as you might hear, it's a bit unstable, as in when you land on that F, you feel like you're balancing yourself very carefully, like on a platter, on a ball. You can stay there, it's okay, it's not like a diminished or augmented triad, but oh, it's not too stable. And to understand this more, let's look at all the triads we can build with the scale. So the first triad on the tonic is an F major chord. You could also do an F minor, because that sharp 2 is in harmonically equivalent to a minor third. But technically it's an F sus sharp 2. More on that a bit later. So the second chord is a G sharp diminished. Then we get A minor, B diminished, C augmented, D minor, E, and back to F. And as you see, it's very delicate to go back to the F because the E has a strong pull. It wants to stay there or go back to that A minor. It's because here we're in the relative mode of a harmonic minor, and harmonic minor is very functional, as in like it has a very strong gravity towards that A minor. The first part of the song fights with this a bit because we have F, then F add sharp 4, F, F add sharp 4, E. So back to F, and we have to like to tippy-toe back to the F because that E will want to stay there or just go back to the A minor. So we tippy-toe back to the F from the E. Like you're trying to evade a monster by staying as silent as possible. To get the right mood for this part. I arranged it with, first off, the Verve piano because it's so smooth and moody and delicate. I then layered my Telecaster with a bit of slow tremolo. So to really appreciate the sound of Lydian Sharp II, here's that first bit in plain F Ionian major. And notice that we don't hit that natural 4 and natural 2 that often, but those are the two notes we're going to change, and it's going to change a whole lot. So first off, here's in F major. Okay, now let's sharp that 4 and sharp that 2, and notice how it's going to affect the mood. In plain F major, the lyrics sound hopeful, like the protagonist and his love are going to a nice place, it's going to be bright, warm, fun. But now in Lydian Sharp 2 is going to sound a bit more moody. Let's see what that gives. So now it sounds like there's going to be trouble ahead, as in not quite as dark as like a pure minor mode, but still, well, there's a heaviness and we're not quite sure they're going to make it out unscathed. I think that's the word. The difference is already pretty marked just from that walk up the scale from the piano, which sounds like this in major. And in F, Lydian Sharp 2, we get a bit more angular and moody. And even when we're not using that Sharp 2 in the vocal melody, just using it in the backing chords makes a big difference. Like when the falsetto hits and we get that essentially F minor or F sus Sharp 2. Silently. it really shows the emotional impact of that Sharp 2. So after writing that first passage, which was entirely based on what I heard in my dream, I wanted to hit that Sharp 2 a bit more on the tonic to really differentiate it from just Lydian going to an E major chord afterwards. So I decided to make prominent use of that F sus Sharp 2, essentially enharmonically equivalent to F minor. But it is a sus chord, and you can hear that. So if you take F sus 2, and you go to F, so you get that G, that wants to go back to the A. So now if you sharp that 2, you get that G sharp. It still wants to go to the A. So you can hear the suspended nature of that F minor chord, that F sus Sharp 2. And what I did for the chorus is not going from F minor or F sus Sharp 2 to F major, but to A minor, which also contains an A. So we get that G sharp to A movement. And that was the basis of that chorus bit. I guess I would call it the chorus since it's the second part and the energy goes up a little bit. And for that part, since the tonic here is sort of enharmonically equivalent to F minor, I wanted to really differentiate it from being in F minor, as in modally interchanged to just normal F minor. So the vocal melody starts on an E natural, which is the natural 7 of the scale, which is definitely in F Lydian Sharp 2 and not in F minor. And we also hit that Sharp 4, that B natural. And that also is definitely not in F minor Aeolian, which would be a B flat. Except I did cave in a little bit because on the third chunk, I sing a G natural, which would be a natural 2 and not a Sharp 2. But I went with it because it gives a nice F minor add 9 feel. A sound which really fits the mood of the song. I mean, I could have just gone with the G sharp. Which it would have sounded perfect because it's there in the chord, it's just the chord tone. But that add 9 really sounds good. As in, I didn't fight it. We could see it as I'm borrowing that G natural from F minor. Let's not think about it too much. It sounds good. Let's go with it. And to prop up the swell of emotion that comes with that bit, the chorus, I added orchestral flutes. And I raised the intensity of the tremolo on the guitars. Pumps a lot more. Whoop, 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 whoop. And after the chorus, for the after party, the after chorus, I give in to a harmonic minor and just go there. As in, it wants to be in a harmonic minor. I'm just gonna give the song what it wants. It sounds good. It's essentially a vamp between A minor and B diminished with the bass of D. That goes to that E major at the end. And to really like cap off the fact that we're in Lydian Sharp 2 and that song is based off that mode, I tiptoe back to the F to sort of end it with an F, add sharp 4 with a sharp 2 on the vocal, really highlighting that Lydian Sharp 2 feel. So here is the complete song with a bonus intro that essentially you could think of as bouncing back from F Lydian Sharp 2 to E Phrygian dominant, because I'm going back and forth between F and E. If you like the songs that I sing in these videos and you like that type of music, you can go on Spotify at David Boily. The link is in the description, and there's a lot of my music there. Not necessarily all the songs that are in my videos, because those are works in progress that I'm going to eventually complete and probably package and release on Spotify and so on. But there's a lot of my completed music there. If you're interested, just give it a listen. I'll be very happy. I think that even though I ventured out of Lydian Sharp 2 in a couple places, I consider this mission accomplished. I think I captured the sound of Lydian Sharp 2 in enough chunky musical passages to really say, sound of Lydian Sharp 2, done. See you in the next one.